In today's news, things go from bad to worse for the SEC because SEC Commissioner Mark Iada publicly stated that their crypto policies have been a complete disaster. Congress don't trust them anymore. Wall Street don't trust this SEC anymore. And now it looks like the SEC's stall tactics against the crypto industry and Ripple and XRP are coming to an end, as Ripple have just announced that they will be filing a cross appeal, which is a very big deal. Now remember, when the SEC announced roughly a week ago their appeal, they didn't clarify their reasonings. They didn't say what they were appealing, probably because there is nothing for them to appeal by this point, which is precisely what Ripple CLO Stuart Alderoty stated here. Quote, "The SEC lost on all key points, that's why they appealed. Today, Ripple filed a cross appeal to ensure nothing is left on the table, including the argument that there can't be an investment contract without there being essential rights and obligations found in a contract. Keep in mind that whatever the SEC decides to appeal at the end of the day, it isn't whether or not XRP, the sales of XRP, constituted to a security, because that was cleared up last year by Judge Torres. What Stuart Alderoty believes right now is that they will appeal the sales of XRP on exchanges and XRP distributions to Ripple employees and developers, both of which they tried to do last year and they failed. And with this looking like the only option for the SEC right now, they will try again and they will most definitely fail again, because the SEC isn't acting in good faith to the law. They don't care about it, which is exactly what Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse reminded us that he stated earlier this month. If Gensler and the SEC cared about the rule of law, they would have accepted their loss and moved on, but they don't care. They want to cause havoc, they want to cause disarray to not provide clarity to industry players in the United States. So with this cross appeal, Ripple finally look forward towards seeing the SEC's fate and putting an end to their tyranny, the regulation by enforcement, because Ripple started this war, keep in mind, and they plan to see it through. They plan on winning to end this whole fight once and for all. And isn't it weird, at least I feel like it's quite weird, how all these legal developments are conveniently leading up just in time for the next incoming US election in 3 weeks. And let's keep in mind that will most likely be very, very pivotal for the crypto industry, for Ripple and XRP, and likely a catalyst that would send crypto and XRP into a bullish frenzy. This is why I created a free to join Discord server. 380 of us right now are working towards achieving financial freedom, spreading knowledge to make money in this bull cycle. So if you want to join, then click the link in the description below. So I'll tell you what, time is quickly running out, especially now as other members of this SEC are starting to leave Gary Gensler out to dry, admitting they have acted poorly. As SEC Commissioner Mark Iada says on Fox Business here, their crypto policies have been a disaster for the whole industry.
Well, it's great to be here.
What is the SEC doing regarding crypto?
Well, I think our policies and our approach for the last several years have been just really a disaster for the whole industry. We have been setting this policy through enforcement. We've done nothing to provide guidance on it. And as a result, this is being shaped by the courts. And different courts have ruled different ways. I think what this Wells notice is, and while I won't comment on the specifics of this litigation, the Wells, what has gone on is part of a broader frustration with the fact that we have not provided interpretive guidance as to what you can and cannot do. And if you are involved in some sort of securities offering, how you register, how you get regulated as a broker-dealer, how you get registered as an exchange.
Now, let me be frank, somebody take this man to Specsavers, because even Stevie Wonder could have seen this coming. Quite obviously, SEC have made a massive mistake, if not even a mistake. They've done this purposely, in my opinion. They have completely screwed everything up. But keep in mind, Mark Iada, he isn't the only one to openly admit the SEC has royally screwed up. SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce recently stated in front of Congress, putting Gary Gensler under the bus when testifying in front of Congress, that she personally would listen to Congress's advice, which is a slide dig at Gary Gensler, who has been listening to nobody but himself, ignoring what Congress suggests to them. And speaking of Congress, I'll remind you of this video from Congressman Tom Emmer telling Gary Gensler directly that we need him gone ASAP, that we could not have had a more historically destructive and lawless chairman of the SEC. Take a listen.
The SEC broke the law, your attorneys lied to the court, and no one in your leadership here in D.C. has been held accountable. That tracks. Seems like business as usual here in Washington. Okay, switching gears very quickly. It's been recently reported that Vice President Harris has finally said she'd craft clear rules of the road for the digital asset space if she becomes president. Is this your approach too, sir? Or do you think she's rebuking you because she doesn't think you've done a good enough job establishing these clear rules over the last 3 years of her administration?
I think that there's laws in place. If Congress wishes to change them, they'll change them. But we are enforcing the laws, and there are many
Reclaiming
people in
my
this
time.
field
So you don't
that are
think
not
she's
following
rebuking
the laws.
Reclaiming my time. Well, it's very interesting that you view your performance that way, because we have a litany of court cases, extraordinary confusion in the marketplace, and millions of Americans pining for clarity from you. You've abused the agency's enforcement tools, and you've even baited companies eager to comply with you, only to hit them with enforcement actions. You've retaliated against businesses and people who have come before this committee to talk about the next generation of American finance. And perhaps, somehow, worst of all, you've made up the term crypto asset security. This term is nowhere to be found in statute. You made it up. You never provided any interpretive guidance on how crypto asset security might be defined within the walls of your SEC. Yet, you made the broad proclamation that you believe a majority of tokens are crypto asset securities. You did this, and you deliberately used this made-up term as the basis for your entire enforcement crusade over the past 3 years, only for your lawyers to retract it in a footnote to a court just last week. Your inconsistencies on this issue, sir, have set this country back. We could not have had a more historically destructive or lawless chairman of the SEC.
Now, considering the SEC is an agency to uphold legal proceedings, they're meant to be someone to protect us all, that is the last thing you would want to hear as their chairman, but it is deserved. Of course it is. Congress don't trust them anymore, and seemingly neither do Wall Street, which is a very good thing for Ripple and XRP, considering XRP is still technically in a legal battle. We have now seen Robinhood, Grayscale, Bitwise and Canary Capital all recently show their support of XRP through ETF filings to relistings. They believe that XRP has well and truly won this case, hence why they are so bullish on them right now, why they're supporting XRP, and the final verdict will likely come in very, very soon, I like to believe. So now, they're all taking their places on the start line, getting ready to raise for an XRP ETF, as Bloomberg reports right here. The XRP filings, repeated filings mind you now, indicated the issuers are pushing regulators to open up the crypto boom to a wider retail cloud. They want crypto here badly. The co-founder and CEO of FRNT Financial stated that this demonstrates that ETF providers will be closely following the regulatory landscape for perceived daylight in allowing them to offer new products. While there is still uncertainty on whether they will be approved, it just does still make sense for both two firms, Bitwise and Canary Capital, who were born out of the crypto native landscape, to try and broaden their product offerings. Not to mention again, Grayscale already begun to offer an XRP trust, so that is an ETF in the making. And I think this post right here really sums everything up here. A senior advisor of the SEC right here, Justin Slaughter, senior advisor of the SEC, states here, look, at this point, I'd admire it if Chair Gensler just said openly what he was rumoured to be saying privately, that he is trying to destroy crypto for the sake of other markets, and he's willing to bet the SEC's regulatory power at the Supreme Court while saying luck be a lady tonight. That sums it all up to you. If the SEC senior advisor is telling you to just come clean and stop acting like a child, you should probably listen. Ultimately, these next 3 weeks will be very interesting with the regulations very, very close, so don't take your eye off the markets. So come chill, chat and learn more in the free Discord server. Again, the link is below, but remember, don't look short term, think long term, and I'll see you in the next one.